Hey there, what's up? Welcome back. Appreciate y'all being here, taking time out, a little bit of your day. Greatly appreciate it. A couple of things come to mind in prepping and, saying being prepared for long-term SHtF. And believe me, that can happen, and that can happen almost any time. We see it all in the streets, rebellion and insurrection and all this stuff that's going on. Could go full blast, full blown everywhere. And the separation of states, that can happen. They never say it can't happen, because it can happen. It would be terrible, but it could happen. But some things you need to have, and you always need to have them, and you probably already know about these things, but you always want to have first aid kits, all right? You always want to have first aid. And you want, several of these things, several of them. They have different kinds, they have kinds for basically outdoor and camping, which has a little bit of different stuff in it. Got one of them up here in my closet. I got this one. It was for the house. We got several of them. And it's always good to have. Or if you have a big one, even though they make these big ones, and it's got everything you need in it. And you should always have that and a backup. Because you just don't know, you never know. And first aid can be sometimes the difference between life and death, and knowing some having some technology up in your brain and stuff, so how to do some things, some technical knowledge, know how to bind a wound and sew a wound, get the wound care actual stuff that you can put on, wrap it around real tight. You need that kind of stuff. They have this glue. It's like a super glue, but it's made for your body. Get that. It's vitally important. It can help, put together a bad little cut and wound. And you just put it on there and hold it tight. It'll dry just like super glue. Keep it sealed, things to have. It's just some things you want to think about, some things to have. And something else you might want to have. And then this can be with anything. You need maybe some kind of knowledge on how to, say, do things that other people may need, carpentry work, masonry work, stuff like that. Having some equipment to dig a friggin' hole, Some people may not have that and may need that, and you may be able to help them. Another thing is this. You know what I'm saying? Having a skill to make your own candles and the equipment to make your own candles, and really it's not all that much that you would need to get. You can't go wrong, because people are going to need candles. And at some point, people will have bought candles, and hopefully you have bought candles. They're relatively cheap, and you can get a whole bunches of them by the case, and you should. Because they go in lanterns that hold a candle, put the candle inside these candle lanterns. They light up enough. They do it just enough. And the more candles you have, the better. But at some point, they could run out. So having something like this to show you how to make your own can't go wrong. You know what I'm saying? It's always good to have a little bit of a skill or trade or something in numerous ways. But that's just one way, making candles. People could use candles. They're always going to have a high demand for candles because they're light, they produce heat, and it's just something you need, So, and in saying that, I appreciate y'all being here. I really do. Everybody be good, be careful out there, and enjoy. Be safe, because you don't know what tomorrow's going to bring. Tomorrow's going to be, could be the day we all have to ante up. You know what I'm saying? So everybody just, like I said, be safe. Know what's going on around you all the time. It's very important to know what's going on. So, all right, until next time, there's nothing but love for you guys. I mean it, and we'll catch you later.